Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the History and Mystery channel. I'm your host, Chronicler, and I want you to like and subscribe. Now that you have done that, I want to delve into the last part of our story of the Roswell Incident. The event itself, the most important people, and a major spy project has been covered in our last couple of videos. Now we are going to talk about the last bits and pieces of information regarding the Roswell Incident. In 1997, the United States Air Force released its definitive report aiming to close the Roswell case once and for all. According to the investigation, the bodies reported by the later eyewitnesses weren't extraterrestrial at all. They were instead likely memories of military casualties and recovered anthropomorphic dummies, human-like models used in various military tests. During the 1950s, military projects such as Operation High Dive were underway. This program involved releasing anthropomorphic dummies from high-altitude balloons over the deserts of New Mexico. The Air Force suggested that the accounts of strange body retrievals in the Roswell area weren't falsehoods or mere imagination. Instead, they mirrored the retrieval of these very human-like dummies. The way these dummies were handled only added to the confusion. They were transported on stretchers in casket-like crates, and sometimes in installation bags, resembling body bags. Eyewitnesses later described the so-called bodies as being eerily similar to plastic dolls or bald figures wearing flight suits. Details perfectly aligned with the Air Force dummies used in the 1950s. The story of anthropomorphic dummies begins much earlier, during World War I. Engineers were testing the first United States military parachutes and experimented with various types of dummies. The one that stuck was a model with the proportions of a medium-sized man, fondly called Dummy Joe. From 1980 to 1924, Dummy Joe was an integral part of testing military parachutes, making over 5,000 jumps from planes. As parachutes became standard on military aircraft, their reliability was tested with these dummies before being deployed for actual pilots. Even as the years passed, dummies continued to play a vital role in parachute designs. By the end of World War II, the military's testing requirements grew. They needed a dummy that would withstand the demands of ejection seats testing, requiring the exact weight distribution of a human body. In 1944, the first anthropomorphic dummies were designed. These dummies underwent several improvements, and by 1949 a new model was needed, one with even more accurate external human features. To ensure precision, engineers took plasters coats of Air Force pilots' torsos, legs and arms. The resulting dummy, created by an engineering company in California, was dubbed Sierra Sam. These anthropomorphic dummies, were their human-like features and eerie likeliness to actual bodies, were the models likely mistaken for extraterrestrial in the Roswell Incident. Between the 1950s and 1960s, the dummies underwent constant redesigns to improve performance. Though their appearance remained the same, over time they became an integral part of the UFO legends surrounding Roswell. The military's fascination with high-altitude testing continued. Operation High Dive and Project Excelsior both aimed to develop safe parachute systems for pilots and astronauts forced to eject from extreme altitudes. While High Dive used anthropomorphic dummies exclusively, Project Excelsior elevated the stakes by using a real human, Air Force Captain Joseph W. Kittinger. Operation High Dive involved transporting dummies to the Stratosphere, 98,000 feet above the Earth. Between 1954 and 1959, 43 high-altitude balloon flights carried 67 dummies over New Mexico, many landing outside military reservations near Roswell. These tests were crucial to understanding how humans might survive such a fall. Following the successful testing of these dummies, Kittinger made 3 parachute jumps from extreme altitudes, breaking records and pioneering high-altitude skydiving. But none of this would have been possible without the rigorous testing of anthropomorphic dummies. Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, formerly known as Wright Field, has long been a magnet for UFO enthusiasts. It's not just home to the famous Project Blue Book, but also a major point in Roswell conspiracy theories. According to a 1947 press release from the Roswell Army Airfield, wreckage from the infamous UFO crash was sent to higher headquarters. Many ufologists believe that this higher headquarters was none other than Wright-Patterson, where the wreckage was allegedly stored in the infamous Hangar 18. Hangar 18 has become almost as famous as Area 51 in UFO mythology. Some believe that within this mysterious hangar lies physical evidence of extraterrestrial contact, debris from flying saucers, alien bodies, and even live extraterrestrials. Dubbed the Blue Room, this highly guarded location is the centerpiece of decades of rumors and speculation. Despite the persistent tales, the Air Force has repeatedly denied the existence of Hangar 18 or any alien artifacts at Wright-Patterson. In a statement from January 1985, they firmly stated they are not now, nor have there ever been, any extraterrestrial visitors or equipment on Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Nevertheless, the legend persists. Though the Air Force closed the case, the Roswell Incident captured the world's imagination. Journalist Toby Smith called Roswell the embarkation point for pop culture's obsession with UFOs, alien crashes and extraterrestrial visits. Today, Roswell is a thriving tourist hub, built on its otherworldly reputation. In Roswell, everything from streetlights to fast food restaurants is alien-themed. The city hosts a yearly UFO festival, drawing crowds of believers and skeptics alike. Visitors can tour crash sites, explore alien museums and immerse themselves in the lore. Around 90,000 tourists flock to Roswell each year, seeking a glimpse of the unknown. In 2012, even President Barack Obama joined the fun during a visit to Roswell, joking with the crowd, "I come in peace." When asked about classified UFO information during a 2015 interview, Obama downplayed the rumors, stating, "People always ask me about Roswell and the aliens." The stuff going on that's top secret isn't nearly as exciting as you would expect. Years later, President Donald Trump, when questioned about declassifying more Roswell information, cryptically replied, "I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting." This tantalizing comment only reignited speculation about the government's involvement in the Roswell mystery. More than 75 years have passed since the Roswell Incident, yet the fascination with UFOs and extraterrestrial life continues to thrive. Despite official reports and investigation, curiosity about what really happened lingers. As new generations delve into the Roswell mystery, who knows what discoveries the next 75 years will bring. This marks our end to the Roswell Incident. Stay tuned for our next video with a new mystery. I want to thank you all for listening, see you in the next one, and remember, history is written in mystery.